Alright, so in this section we will cover Linux find command, and that too with the help of 15 practical use cases or question answer forms, so that it will be easy to understand, and also it will be useful for your interviews and day-to-day tasks. And this will include some interesting use cases as well, like if you want to search the file based on their age, like files older than 15 days ago, or based on their sizes, like files more than 100 MB or 500 MB. So let's get started. So let's start with the case number 1, how to search a file based on its name. Suppose you remember the name of the file but forget the exact location. You can use this basic approach using the find command. Find, then the path. Suppose you just remember the initial path. Okay, let's say the home directory of Paul, home, Paul. Okay, that's it. But don't know the exact location within this directory. Okay, and then hyphen name and the name of the file. Suppose I remember the name of the file was test, so it will give me the all the result matching with test. Okay, so wherever the file or folder with test name present, it will give me the location, so I can clearly see where my file is present inside this location. Okay, now there is one catch. The name which you provide here is case sensitive. For example, if I provide the name of the file in uppercase like this, it will not give me any result. We have case number 2, how to ignore upper and lower case in file name while searching the files. So the answer is using the -i name option. Let's try. If in the same command I use I name, I means for ignoring the case sensitivity, so it will give me the result. But this time, if you can see, there is another file with T capital. Case number 3, how to search all the files which start with letter F. Now, in case you don't remember the full name of your file, but only remember that, okay, it was starting with F or file something, then it is useful where you can use the wildcard. Let's try this. So find and your path -i name, because I want to ignore the case sensitivity, and in this case I will use the quotation. Okay, and file starting with F, then F and star, means start with F and after then it should be anything. Hit enter, so it will give me all the files starting with F. So if you notice, all the files and folder also, so F123, folder 1, folder 2, file 1, file 2.txt, file 3.txt, and so on. Okay, so this is also useful case. Case number 4, how to search all the files with extension .xml or .sh file. In the single command, we are providing the two different conditions. Okay, so we are finding the .xml files as well as .sh files. Okay, so in the find command, we can use the logical operator also. So in this case, we are using -name *xml. Okay, -o means or operator, -name *.sh means we are trying to find either .xml or .sh. I mean, whatever the file present, just give me the output. So find path -i name and quotation *.xml. So with .xml extension, -o means or operator, and then again -i name, okay, quotation *.sh means all the files with either .xml or .sh, just give me all the results. Hit enter, so you can see all the files like async.sh, .xml, .sh. So case number 5, how to find only file or only directories in a given path. So what does it mean? When we tried this option like -i name and test, okay, it gives me different result. So the last result is the home, Paul and test. Okay, if I do ls or ls-lt, okay, so here is a test, but this is a directory. So when you use the find command in normal way, it gives you all the result including the files and folder. Suppose you only want the files in your output, then you can simply use, let's say this is your normal command, and in last you can simply use -type f. means only file type. Hit enter, so you can see it only given you the file option but not the directory. So this was the directory. Okay, so similarly you can also use type D for directory. So if you want to search only for the folders, you can use type D. So see, it only provided you the directory. This option is also useful in order to categorize only files or directories within a location. Let's say in my current location there are so many files and folders, okay, all mixed up. Now I just want to see the folders. I can simply use find in the present location, so I can use dot and then hyphen type D. So it will only list down the folders within the current location. So this is also useful in these cases. And apart from the files and folder, you can also check other types like L for symbolic link, B for block devices, S for socket, etc. Now case number 6, how to search files for a given user only. Suppose in a given location you want to see the files owned by another user, let's say root, then you can use hyphen user option and then provide the username. Okay, let's say in my current location, is there any file owned by root? So I can simply use find in the current location, so dot hyphen user and then the name of the user, which is the root. Okay, so there is one which is the root file. So root file owned by root user. I can also check using the ls hyphen l root user. So the user of this file is root. Case number 7, how to search a file based on their size. So in this case, you just need to provide hyphen size option, and after then you can mention the exact size of the file. So in my current location, if I do ls hyphen lh for the human readable format to see the size of my files. So here are different files of different sizes like 10 MB, 20 MB, 30 MB, 300 MB, etc. Right. If I want to see the file of size 20 MB, let's say, I can simply use find again the location. So I will use the current location dot. Okay, then size 20 M for MB, and it gives me file2.txt. If I want to see 30 MB file, then it's the file3.txt. Similarly, you can use M for MB, K for KB, G for gigabyte, and C for bytes. Now, case number 8, how to search all the files whose size are between 10 to 50 MB. So in our previous example, we have seen how to search a file based on their exact size. Okay, but here we can provide the range, which is more useful and use case. So we can simply provide hyphen size plus 10 M means more than 10 MB, and again hyphen size minus 50 M means less than 50. So it will gives you the files between 10 to 50 MB. Let's try this. Okay, so this option gave you 10 MB exact file. Okay, if you just do plus means more than 10 MB, and again hyphen size minus 50 M means less than 50. So it will gives me file 2 and file 3. But here is one catch. Okay, if I do ls hyphen lh, so there is one file1.txt which is of 10 MB. So when we used plus 10 MB, so it didn't include the file1.txt which is of 10 MB. Okay, so this means it is giving me the result more than 10 MB. Okay, so just you have to be careful and take note of this. Now it didn't include the 300 MB because it is more than 50 MB. So in case if you just use plus 10 MB, that means any file more than 10 MB. So if I hit enter, so it also included the H link, okay, whose size is 300 MB. Okay, so this is how it works. Case number 9, how to search 15 days old file. Okay, very useful case. For example, if you want to keep clean up the old files, okay, on your system or in a given location, so this may be useful for in your case. So you just need to use -m time. M time means modified time. So, and after then you can just provide any number. So let's say if you are using m time 15, so it means modified exactly 15 days ago, means between 15 and 16 days. So it is like take the 24 hours of the difference. Okay. If you, and in the same way you can use m time plus 15 or minus 15. Again the same case. If you are using plus 15 means more than 15 days ago. If you are using minus 15, then less than 15 days ago. Okay, let's try this. So find dot means current location, hyphen m time means modified time. Let's say if I use 15, so there is none. The reason is it is only giving you the result exactly. Okay, so exactly 10 days ago. But in my case there may be some differences, so I can use the range actually. So let's say if I use plus 5, so I can get some result. So more than 5 days ago, so I have modified these files. Okay, so similarly you I can use -5, and let's see if I, okay, yes, there are that less than 5 days ago I have created or modified these files. And similar to modified time, you can also try and use different options like a time means accessed in last 2 days. Okay, so modified and accessed. Okay, m min means modified in last 10 minutes. So if you are using on or try to see on the minute basis, so it is useful. Like if you want to use or check in last 60 minutes or last 30 minutes. Okay, then there is cmin, which means created in last 10 minutes, or a min means accessed in last 10 minutes. So these may be useful if you are using the live troubleshooting. For example, if you are running a software and just want to see like, okay, in last 10 minutes if there was any file created or modified, etc. So these options may be useful. Now, case number 10, how to search all the empty file in a given directory. Again, this may be useful in for the cleanup process. Like if there are so many empty files, okay, which is of no use and which are very old, no accessibility, no modified, you can maybe check and clean those files. Simply use find dot and hyphen empty. So yeah, there are so many files which are empty, means there is no content inside that files. Case number 11, how to search all the empty files in a given directory and at the same time delete them. Okay, so now this is very useful case where you are performing, okay, so you are finding the files and you are performing some action on it. Means first find the files and then remove or delete those files. So this is a useful case. So how you can do it? So see, find, path and empty. It will give you the list of the files. Now to perform any action on that, you will use -exec, means execute. Then you can provide any command on that and then curly braces and this. Okay, now let's try this. This is the empty. Okay, then I just need to execute any command on this. Execute, then just rm for removing all those files, although I will not remove it. So what we can do, we can use simply ls ltr or lt simple. Okay, ls lt to see the permissions, curly braces, backslash and semicolon, and like this. Okay, so what it does this time, it gives me all the empty files first and then execute the ls-lt to show the owners and the permission details as well. So in this case, you can perform the multiple action on using a single command. Case number 12, how to search a file based on their permission. If you want to search for the files having the executable permission, okay, like the script, so you can use these. Okay, and it is also useful for auditing the files, like for the security purpose, that okay, if you want to ensure the files must not have the permissions, you know, like the right permission, etc. So you can use this approach. So it is very simple find path. Hyphen perm means permission, PERM. So there are two options you can use. You can either provide the octal format of the permission like 777, or you can provide the permission specific to the user or group or others like this. So let's try find dot hyphen perm, and let's say I need to check all the files having all the permission, so which will be 777. So yes, there are two files like b123 slink which is having all and every permission. In case if you want to check, what you can do, simply use exec execute ls-lt / semicolon. So yes, these two files have all the permission. Okay, and there is one more way. So forward slash, let's say all the files in which user has the executable permission. So user u equal to x. So there are few files for which the user has the executable permissions. Case number 13, how to search a file based on the number of links. First, let's see how we can see the number of links. Simply use ls-lt. So after the permission, there is a column in which you can see the number of links. So here is 1, here is 2. Okay, so in case of the hard link, okay, this is the hard link, h link. So here are 2 links are there. Okay, so means 2 files are attached to the same inode number. So if you want to search the files based on the links, you can use this. Simply use hyphen links option and the number of link. So let's try this. Find dot means in the present location, links, let's say any file with 2 links. So it gives me all these, but it also provided me the folder. If I just need a file, so I can simply use type F. So it will give me the file. Case number 14, how to search a file based on the inode number. So inode is a unique number which is given or provided to all the files. Okay, and first how we can see or check the inode number, simply use ls-li, I for inode. So in front of every file you can see a unique number associated with that file, okay, which represent the inode number. Okay, now if you want to search based on the inode number, you can do it, and this is particularly helpful in case if you want to check or find the hard links, because as you might be aware that in case of the hard link, different files having the same or pointing to the same inode number. In this case, simply use hyphen -inum option and then the inode of the file. So let's try this, but first we need to get the inode of a sample file. Let's say link. Okay, this is the hard link and the inode number of this file is this. I will just copy. Find dot means in the present location, hyphen -inum and the inode number. So it gives me the files, actually both the file having the same inode number, midsite.txt and link, means both files are pointing to the same inode number. At last, case number 15, how to search all the files which are modified created after last.txt file. Okay, so this may be useful in case you want to track some activity within a location. Let's say you can see some random files, but if you want to check, okay, you have created a file last week and after then how many files created, so you can find or using this find path hyphen newer and then the file you have created last week, then you can see that okay, after then how many files has been created. So find dot, okay, hyphen newer and let's say test. So after this test, only test file has been created, or maybe let me try another one which is A123. Okay, so after A123 created, so many files has been created. So this may be useful in some cases. So this is all about different use cases of find command, which will definitely going to help you in your day-to-day life and to improve your productivity.